Hey YouTube, how's it going? My name is Chill Millennial, Chill Mill, Fire, Ken, I'm nuts. You'll hear my friends call me a bunch of fun names as well. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is some Red Dead 2 in the background on my Twitch. Just you know, pop this thing on, give you guys a little bit of background thing to watch. Obviously, if you haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2, it's a really great game made by Rockstar. So, anyways, I just want to let you guys know who I am, a little bit about me in general, what kind of games I like to play, my visions for this channel, this community, and so on and so forth. So, and obviously, I know as I start getting used to talking to myself here on a recorded camera, I will admit it's a little bit different than talking to people live on Twitch, or TikTok live, blah, blah, blah. So, this is going to kind of be a fun journey. So, not a very skilled gamer like a lot of, you know, people out there. I can hold my own. Jack of all trades. I do play most games. Just depends on that mood, that vibe I'm feeling, what the community wants to play and watch. Currently I'm at 41 followers on Twitch. And at the moment, I'm not looking to really try to generate money off of this stuff. That's kind of a bonus in the future. Right now, I want to create a fun community. To- toxic free. Just love. I don't mind if everyone's talking smack to each other, making fun of me. Just have a good time. Almost kind of like how Queso has his channel. It's all fun and just really just trying to get to know people, make new friends, get your guys' opinions on, what else you guys would like to see out of this channel, reactions or opinions, reviews, etc., etc. You guys hopefully know at this point I'm pretty down to earth, pretty chill. Um, could be funny when I need to be funny. Try to avoid raging, especially with my kid around. Got a 4-year-old boy, and well, I don't want him to see me raging, obviously. Uh, a lot of the times, we're just playing with the buddies and just trying to do stupid things half the time, messing around. When we need to get serious, we get serious. And my friends, by the way, they're the highlights, really. I would probably not even try to do this if I didn't have friends like them. These guys are great, funny. Um, I wouldn't change the world to have these kind of guys, by my side playing my games. Um, so some of the games I do play. Would probably include games such as obviously you see Red Dead 2. Destiny 2 is kind of our main multiplayer game. We'll dip into 7 Days to Die once in a while. Uh, Cyberpunk, I need to get back into that. I could play Dark Souls, Elden Rings. I'm not a big fan of the extraction shooters like Tarkov and Battle Royales. I kind of got burnt out on that after Call of Duty Warzone stuff. I kind of grew up on 2008 Call of Duties, World at War. So seeing the Call of Duty now, I mean, people play it, people like it, and that's for them. But unfortunately, for someone such as myself, growing up in a different era of COD, it's changed a lot, and so it's just not for me anymore. Obviously, Battlefield's fun. 2042 was a big letdown. So hopefully, Battlefield 6 can really fix the problems that 2042 had, and hopefully Dice EA can really bring that game back up to par. As for opinions on games and stuff, I try to keep things very open-minded, open booked. If you guys want to see those kind of reviews, first and foremost, I'd like to let you guys know I'm not very good at video editing yet, at least. I'm sure I can learn. But for the most part, I might just have something like this. Maybe recorded thing I had on Twitch Live or YouTube Live, and might just have the background and the game playing, and I might have the opinions, pros, cons. Should you guys buy it? Should you guys not? This is also coming from someone that also works full time, 40, 50 plus hours a week. So I will also give, good opinions, let you guys know, like, hey, is this game gonna be kind of worth your time when you already have a full time job, and maybe even a family? Is there FOMO involved in this kind of game? Are you gonna miss out on a bunch of stuff if it's an online game? Or hey, what's the game like if you're wanting to take your time and feel like you have a sense of accomplishment before have to put the controller down to go do your everyday life and activities. I tend to stream every day as much as I can. Obviously, as I stated, I have a kid and I have a wife. I have a job. There's days where I'll be on Twitch and I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna hop over to the PlayStation here and play some single player games," and I may just fall asleep on the couch. I mean, it is what it is. Uh, but this is fun. It's definitely it's a different vibe compared to uh, trying to just do this for the money. I'm actually first and foremost trying to do this just because I love gaming. I love, making friends and hanging out with people. If this does, kind of blow up, become a successful channel and whatnot, and there is a revenue off that, I will be honest, I will definitely try to make that into a full-time career. However, I want to not, spend that money all willy-nilly. Obviously, I want to put that money away from my family, give back to my community. I want to be able to give back to the people that uh, pretty much would make this possible. As you see in the background here, I've got basic setup, but you know what? I'm blessed with it. I'm happy with it. My wife's very supportive of this whole thing. So, yeah, if this does get successful, I want to give back to you guys 100%. I'm not going to consistently tell you guys to like or subscribe. I mean, you guys are pretty much smart people. You guys can figure out where that button's at. You guys like the content, the comments, et cetera. I'll do it once in a while, but it's just I don't want to bloat my channel with a bunch of crazy thumbnails and pins and stuff like that. That's just not my style, guys. And if that's not for you, I completely understand that as well. So most of the stuff we will be doing as well is unfiltered. I don't really write scripts. I don't edit things. I mean, I'm literally like looking at my monitor here, and the camera up here, and just kind of going with the flow. So hopefully, it gives you guys a good vibe and also a good idea of how my vibe is. As I said, I'm very down to earth, very funny. Uh, I think I have a pretty good personality. I tend to really bring people in and make them feel welcomed. I try to interact with chat as much as I can. If I'm in a moment, maybe I'm playing a PvP game, I tend to get sucked into that. But then, once that match ends, I'll obviously roll back over and see what you guys are saying, maybe making fun of my potato aim and whatnot. So please, by all means, you guys are more than welcome to make fun of me, talk smack, even talk how weird this first fucking video is. I don't give a shit, dude. Do what you guys want. As long as it's maintained to a certain level. I don't want any racism, obviously. And you know what, I got friends that will be on here that pull out a little joke here and there, but it is what it is, and I don't really take it too literally or too seriously. We all got love for everybody. We don't really see color in here. We're just here to have a good time. I grew up in 2008. You know, uh, palm chats and shit. So pretty much what people say on here doesn't really phase or affect me. Uh, so as I said, if you guys want to have fun, talk your smack, be my guest. My friends and I, we all can take it. And again, we're all just here to have fun, build a fun community. Everyone can feel welcomed. Nobody's not welcomed. Everyone can just come in, dip out, do what you guys want. And other than that, apologize again for a little of the awkwardness. This is still a learning experience trying to talk to a camera, but also mentally thinking and knowing that I'm talking to you guys. So hopefully this will be a fun little thing to come back on, maybe in a year or two to see how we've grown, how I've grown as a content creator and also as a person. So sorry about this right here. Looks like I was messing around the cinematic and games on Red Dead. As you guys can see, the game HDR is a little too bright, and so for some reason I've always stuck back to the cinematic Red Dead, and this is also being played on the PlayStation 5, although there's no uh, there's still no next gen update, which really sucks because I think this game would really benefit off of a next gen update. But we also know Rockstar Games, they're probably gonna milk that. They're gonna make it and sell it. They did it with GTA 5 how many times? Skyrim's done it. As terms of microtransactions and stuff as well, there may be a time where I might buy something off of Destiny or something like that, but I tend to try to avoid the microtransaction world. I won't be buying loot boxes and opening up packs. I don't play sports games, especially with EA and their shitty business model, and I just don't agree with it. And I'm sure a lot of you guys as well probably agree with that opinion. It's taken over our games, and I completely feel that it needs to, you know, tone down. I wouldn't necessarily say to remove it just because they've got to make their money, and I respect that. But don't make your whole game about a casino. It's a game that has some cosmetics in it, and it fits the game style. By all means, do what you guys want to do. But if it's a game like Warzone and all of a sudden you're getting Beavis and Butthead and American Dad and Ninja Turtles and stuff, I play Call of Duty to have somewhat of a military feel. Obviously, it's an arcadey shooter, but it still has that it's if Battlefield isn't covering that or Rainbow Six Siege isn't covering that, I want to feel like I can hop in Call of Duty and not get teabagged by Nicki Minaj. I think we're all kind of in hopeful agreement that they're taking too far. So minus that, I do have a PlayStation 5. I do have a PSVR. Got a couple games on there. I got a pretty good gaming setup. So most of the time, my multiplayer games will be played on the PC, and over on the PlayStation, they'll be mainly single player games. Tend to try to have like a hour, 2 hour session on a single player game. And right now, we're doing some fresh runs on Twitch of Red Dead 2, as I stated. Uh, Very minimal commentary on terms of that, just more just kind of coming, hanging out, and I'll still chat with you guys, but if there's like, cutscenes, I'm always very respectful and letting, people watch those cutscenes. I don't like to interrupt that. Probably next game will be like some Cyberpunk or Days Gone, Death Stranding 2. We got some Fallout, Metal Gear. I got Liza P, looks like. Is it Liza Pi or Liza P? I don't know. I got plenty of games, man. Like I said, I'm an open book. If you guys got opinions as well, and I got the money for it, I will happily, look into it. If you guys got, videos you guys want me to react to as well, I'm down for it. This doesn't have to be a specific gaming channel. I'm all for, you know, podcasting, chatting with you guys, or you guys got some kind of music you guys want me to react to, or game trailer, or game fails, shows, movies. I mean, by all means, give your guys' opinions and outputs out there. Uh, Again, you guys are the ones that are going to be really building this more than I am. So I'd like to kind of give you guys more of that power and control because I feel like this is obviously that's my motto. You guys are going to make this possible, and you guys are going to be the ones that are going to kind of build what this channel is going to be. And I'm just a commentator. I'm here for the ride, and hopefully entertaining enough for you guys to just come in, dip out, and hang out. So, as I said, this is a very first attempt at a video recording. I'm not as awkward as I would be on live, just because I'm talking to my buddies and even interacting with chat. So this is going to be a very interesting learning curve. I actually did a video on a separate channel like this, and I deleted it because I was like, yeah, I'm not ready for this. Well, now that I'm getting a little bit more confident on it and really pushing into the time to do this, we're pretty much sticking with it. So I really do appreciate you guys sticking it out and watching this awkward ass video. Um, it does mean a lot. It goes to show that maybe this might work out. So if you guys are interested in, uh, kind of things that I will that I do in terms of games and stuff. I have a couple shorts I just posted on YouTube. I will link my Twitch down below as well. And then also I will start doing some more YouTube live streams as well because I know, Twitch is kind of a controversial site. It's just the site that I know about. But if we can decide where we want our main community, that main community to be, I'm all more than happy to migrate primarily to that channel. Might mean we might lose some people, but I will still try to obviously keep that channel, uh, involved obviously in that community. But we will definitely try to have a prioritized community, priority channel. I'll be making some discords hopefully soon as well, so that way we can kind of do that stuff and go from there and hopefully see how this plays out, guys. But as I said, I'll be posting that link down below and then give you guys more of an idea of what the buds and I do. And hopefully, if you guys like it, you guys can subscribe to Twitch, subscribe to the YouTube here, like, make a comment, even give me some opinions. I'm okay with taking criticism. If you guys see something that would probably help me as well on terms of quality of the audio, camera, maybe me looking more at the camera, please by all means put it down in the comments, guys. I'm very well with criticism, so and I actually embrace it, and then I will actually take that, you know, and try to implement upon that. So thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it, and hopefully this will go somewhere. So I hope to see you guys soon again, and yeah, you guys take it easy. Have a good day. Have a good week. For all the people right now that are dealing with some of that hot summer, stay cool. Don't be outside too much, guys. We're gamers for God's sakes. All right, guys. Y'all take it easy.